Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me here, everybody. So first of all, diversity and inclusion of sleep is an incredibly important topic. It's something that was the centre of what we've tried to do this season. The short answer to that is data, knowledge, training, and management. And what I mean by that is using AI on a richer data set. It allows people to have knowledge and awareness that hasn't existed before at the most important point of the recruitment process. So the most important point of the recruitment process actually is the top of the funnel, the application stage, because that's where the highest number of people start the process. It's very easy for a company to say, we are an inclusive business, have a look at our office, you will see a diverse range of talent here. But the question is, where did you start from the application process when you have 200, 300, 400 candidates? So currently, when candidates apply, they apply simply with CV. Decisions are made left or right after whether you decide to meet that candidate. There's no way of getting inside the human mind to understand why they said yes or no at the CV stage. So they're just making assumptive decisions on the case set that they have there and then. And even if you said to somebody, I think that you're saying no because you prioritize men over women, for example, they're never going to admit that. So it's challenging. What AI gives you the ability to do so, along with what we've tried to build with CZ, is using video at the application stage, not instead of the CV, but as well as the CV. So what that allows us to do, it allows us to then have software that's built predictive analytics. So we know certain important information as a compositional breakdown of candidates. So we know ethnicity, age, gender, geographical location, education. We know all of that stuff and the combination of the CV and also from the video, the predictive analytics that are built. So we're able to, first of all, show businesses the breakdown of that compositional data, and that's helpful because it allows you to understand, first of all, who's applying to your jobs. Because you can't be seen as being not diverse if you only attract certain kinds of candidates. That's the first thing. It gives them the knowledge of who's applying. Secondly, we're able to then assess and analyze the behavior. So we know if a hiring manager, when they're reviewing that video content, we know if they watch the whole video, at what point do they stop watching it, if they watch it without the volume on, and it shows patterns of prioritization towards or against candidates that are in the various compositional breakdown. So it's a long-winded way of saying that we actually get full visibility of where people tend to prioritize or where they tend to step away from. And we give that data to businesses for them to be able to have the knowledge and the awareness, either anonymously, or we can show the actual individual, so depending on what the company wants. With that knowledge, they're able to then have a conversation, perhaps improve awareness and training, and then match the results. So it's a long-winded way of saying that AI and video in combination give you visibility and data of who's applying and how they're being assessed, and that's just not possible to see.
And very quickly, how do you measure superior outcomes from the video?
I mean, so I don't feel that, let's say, me or our business should be the judge and jury of what's good about behaviour. We just try to provide better visibility and more data for that business to make their own decisions ultimately. So I think the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about challenges, I think there is the current situation, the risk that businesses and people will tend to do one of two things. One is jump into it too quickly, too much, and one is procrastinate, live lucky. And that's probably because it's new and not properly understood as of yet, again, to traditional kind of human reactions. So that being said, what I feel is important to do is just to be aware that this is something that could and should and will need to be used within most processes across most businesses. I would assume that certainly within the hiring process. So we should start to look at what and how we can implement. I feel almost like the typical way that you would approach any technology or software-based program would be iterative changes kind of over time. Some of those iterative changes will work and some of them won't work. So I feel that that's the challenge that exists, and if companies are willing and able to start to be open to ways that they could use different AI-based components and parts within the hiring process, test them, use them, gauge feedback. The good thing is AI process will always give you data and visibility. Establish both from an analytical response and from a human response. Is it helping? Is it helping? Is it improving? So, don't just make changes for the sake of it because you think it's fashionable and you have to have some AI in the process. That doesn't make sense. But also don't not do it feeling it will totally change the business. So I think kind of the fear will lead to the jump off the cliff or the standing there for 3 years and procrastinating. That's probably the biggest challenge.
Thank you so much for taking that.